This is big breaking news. 3 massive oil refineries, all from the same company, all in different parts of the country and in North America, have been hit with fires and have been shut down. There is no way this is a coincidence. This is literally a 1 in a billion occurrence. Okay, this has to be impossible. 3 of these facilities in one single day having massive fires and getting shut down, all from the same company, all in different places. One of them in Texas is a massive refinery processing hundreds of thousands of barrels of oil every single day, and it goes offline from these fires. How much more can we take? How many more fires and coincidences can we have until this is acknowledged? All right. And we can't even get our leaders to even go to Ohio. So they are definitely not going to acknowledge this. If you didn't see this, Biden is even saying he doesn't have plans to visit Ohio. All right. And I'm sorry I keep going back to this, but it is just absolutely insane that he can go to you know where, overseas. I don't even want to say where, but can't even go to Ohio. Can't even go to Ohio. And it's just really sad and really pathetic. So we are definitely not going to see any response for our refineries being hit as well, because honestly, there are people that are openly saying they want to take out these refineries. They don't want them online. They want this agenda pushed forward, and part of that is getting rid of oil and gas. So let's get into the details here, and then I will share with you what's coming next. All right, that's going to be even worse, what it's going to mean for you in just a second. And it's already happening. But you can see here, Pemex Deer Park, Texas fire broke out in crude distillation area. And it says a Thursday night fire in the Pemex 312,500 barrel per day Deer Park, Texas refinery broke out in a crude distillation unit, said people familiar with the plant operations. This is just one of the plants, but the biggest one was in Texas, and 312,000 barrels per day. There was also 2 other refineries that were in Mexico that had a fire as well. So how are all these refineries catching on fire in the same day? It is literally almost impossible, and it has to be something bigger going on. And refineries are critical. If we are entering into a World War III scenario, we are going to need our refineries, our crude oil, to power our military. And this is also as our strategic oil reserves have been drained to their lowest levels in history. So if we do have a massive war breakout, then we are totally unprepared. We are also depleted for our military with our ammunition and our artillery as well. So let me show you just a little glimpse of the future, and then I will talk about some more fires that have actually happened as well, more explosions that actually happened today that aren't refineries. We'll get to that in just a second. But let me just give you a glimpse of your future, and tell me down below if this looks good to you, if this is what you want for your future. All right, so you're ready? Here you go. Here it is. This is at a gas station I stopped at a couple days ago when I went into town. Look at these prices. Look at this. $5.49, $5.79, $5.99. All right, this was outside of Denver, which is obviously, it's going to be more expensive, but I haven't seen this since the summer of last year when gas prices were peaking. $5.49. This was just a couple days ago for regular. This is going to come back to America very soon. Gas prices are going to keep going up, especially when we see these refineries constantly being hit. All right. Just a couple weeks ago, a state of emergency was declared in Nevada because the largest pipeline in North America was taken offline due to a massive leak. All right. And there was a state of emergency because there was panic buying of gas, and they were telling people, do not buy gas unless you absolutely need it. This was just a couple weeks ago, and it really was barely reported unless you watch my channel or other similar channels. This wasn't even hit on the national news, and this could happen at any moment. We saw this massive Keystone pipeline taken offline a couple months ago and caused a massive spill. We're never really given a definitive answer what causes these pipeline spills or what causes these massive refinery explosions, but they happen and then they're just swept under the rug. But it takes off our production capabilities every single time, and it adds up. 312,000 barrels per day is significant, and if you just keep taking off our refineries, it adds up. The Suncor in Colorado, the biggest one in Colorado, has been offline for months as well due to a massive explosion in fire. All right. So this is happening all over the place, and it is causing gas prices to go up, and it is causing us to have gas insecurity where we could even see shortages in low supply. And these weren't the only fires that happened today. There was also another massive fire in Maine at a giant propane tank at a gas station. Right? You literally cannot make this up. So this was a massive 1,200 gallon propane tank, and it was saying that you could see this fire for miles away, and it was at a gas station. Could have been a lot worse if this fire spread to the gas station. You can even kind of see in that picture there the overhang from the gas station there, the little roof where you'd fill up your gas. So this tank was right there next to it, had a massive explosion. This was in Maine just today as well too. And it's just incrementalism, all right? If these critical things are taken offline every single day, we have a different one, all right? We have a new train derailment. I saw a train derailed in Washington, I believe, or maybe it was Idaho. It was right up in there in the Northwest, and it derailed right behind a high school, all right? Thankfully, it was only carrying wood chips. It wasn't carrying any toxic materials. That's why I didn't bring it to you as breaking news, but I was really worried when I clicked on the article. I was like, this is, because it said a train derailed behind a school, and I was like, all right, this is getting crazy now. All right, this train could have derailed anywhere, now it derails behind a school. But thankfully, it was only carrying wood chips, so no toxic or hazardous materials. But it's one of these things, who is sabotaging our railways? There are constant reports in the UK of people cutting the rail cables and shutting down the rail lines for hours or days at a time. And they cut live rail cables and get injured even, the police say, to do this. All right, so this is sabotage. There are people doing this. There was even a pipe bomb explosive left on a railway in Philadelphia just a couple days ago that I reported on, right behind a Catholic church. So somebody is doing this, and there could be cells being activated to take out America's critical infrastructure before we do enter a massive war. We are depleting our stockpiles right now by sending it overseas constantly into this black hole, and it disappears. And we now have massive shortages and massive gaps in our supplies if a major war did break out. And now our factories and our industrial plants and our refineries are also being hit and taken offline too. So this is very serious. This is a national security risk, and it needs to be taken serious, but you will not even hear a peep out of this from the federal government, and it's very suspicious. Why won't they bring this up? It is in America's interest to protect this critical infrastructure, and there's just not even a word about it. Very suspicious of what's actually going on. So let me know what you guys think. I'm super blessed to have you watching. Please hit that like. Please hit that thumbs up for me. Please hit that bell too if you want to get notified for all the videos I'm posting every single day. 2 to 3 videos for you guys. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a big old blessed day.